All right, everybody, let's go ahead and take you through what's going on as of Tuesday morning in Northern California. The big story is the rain and, I might add, snow. And we're going to go into all these different details because it's all important and this matters really for the whole state. So showing you the radar and the satellite early this morning, we are right at the bottom of this very cold trough. So step number one is the storm's got to form. Then it's got to find some moisture. And what's different about this one in particular is you see how far it's sagging down. That means more cold air is draining down. And so it changes the nature of the storm. On the southern end of it, it's mostly rain. Obviously, when it hits the mountains, it's going to be snow. But what we're dealing with in Northern California is really low snow, down to 1,500 feet at times. Now, remember, it was snowing hard yesterday. It was a little bit higher, but you add up the 2 days, a lot of snow in a short period of time on a weak layer of snow, because it's been a while since we've seen this all add up. We've got an avalanche warning till early Wednesday morning. Now, this is mostly for the backcountry areas, but we've seen a number of road closures where they do avalanche control work. On 50, that's the way you get from Sacramento to South Lake Tahoe. Along 88, that's how you get from essentially the foothills up to places like Kirkwood and then the backside of the Sierra. And so there's a lot of avalanche control work just because they want to mitigate it. They want to control the avalanches, not the other way around. So we're dealing with some low snow. Places like Grass Valley, Nevada City, dealing with a couple inches of snow, Placerville as well, and a number of school closures just because you know, the kids are going to be challenged with snow all day long. It's uncomfortable weather conditions that they're not typically used to. And also just for some of these lower elevations, a number of winding roads, trees down, momentary power outages, and it's just tough to drive in places that don't often get snow, this much snow, and the plows are in short supply. So that's just kind of how that works for some of the lower Sierra foothill spots. Now for the valley, it's all about clearing and better driving conditions because yesterday it was a mess because it rained all day long and still some pulses of rain moving through places like Stockton. Again, this is early on Tuesday morning. That's the nature of the rain in the morning. It will clear up into the afternoon. The wind is a non-story. Thank goodness for that. We saw wind gusts in the valley more than 40 miles per hour. That causes power outages, makes driving really difficult, and thankfully that's not part of the weather story today. But the snow is. Even though the rain is wrapping up, remember there's still moisture pushing through. That keeps the snow moving deep into the afternoon and early evening, but by tonight it's all done. We're not done. This is a pattern, and in a pattern, it's never a one-and-done storm. It's usually 2 or 3, or maybe even more. And if we look into next week, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got rain that's going to be moving in during the day on Wednesday. I think the morning is fine, but by Wednesday evening, we've got some spotty valley rain, but heavy at times, and more Sierra snow. Up to a foot of Sierra snow, I would check ahead on the roads for that one. And then by Thursday morning, that's clearing out, and then all eyes ahead to the weekend. Folks, this is what clearing looks like in Sacramento. You see some of the showers that push through, that's pushing out toward the east, and then coming in from the west, some clear skies, and that's going to be the case. But not a warm day, your high only 50 degrees. So everywhere is cold. The highs are only in the 30s for the foothills. This pink area is a winter storm warning till 10 p.m. technically tonight, but I think a lot of places are going to see the snow rates drop off a lot before then. 50s for the Bay Area, 50s and 40s for a good chunk of the San Joaquin and Stanislaus County area. So this is cold in the morning in the 30s, highs in the 50s. Looking ahead to tomorrow, it's going to be cold. And then we got to go long range on this because I think that this is important. Southern California is getting rain right now. This is great. This is good for the whole state. It's been awesome. But looking ahead past the weekend, we start to see things gear up. There's a lot of moisture down there, and all you need is a storm to draw it up, and then you're going to be back in it. So let's look ahead to that moment. We've got the rest of this system. Wednesday's your break. Wednesday night to Thursday, that's your next system. It's another cold one. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We might get a little pulse between Saturday and Sunday, but then now we're in the next week. Look at this. We are back on. This is really important. Now, this does not tell you the exact number of inches of liquid that are coming in because I think it's more helpful as a pattern because I could pick a spot. It's going to be different everywhere you look. But when you start to see these brighter colors, it really tells you that over the next 10 days, in a cumulative way, if you add everything up and max it out, we really are in great shape for Northern California, Central, and Southern California. This is the pattern that we absolutely need. And if you want to go 15 days out, I see more of the same. Getting back to Northern California, highs 40s and low 50s. We've got some chances of rain. I know all eyes drift ahead to the weekend. Two things about the weekend. For valley locations, your holiday plans are good to go, but it will be cold. And for the Sierra, this is a lot of snow all at once. They're opening up more terrain, more lifts. The ski areas are going to be absolutely packed and people wanting to enjoy the snow. So watch for traffic on the roads on Friday and, of course, coming home on Sunday.